Welcome back, everyone. We got another model here by the CM's brand. It's a Mitsubishi Starion from the WRC of 1984. It's an interesting one. I've never knew about this car before I got this model, so I did a little research as usual. I don't have the packaging, so I don't know when this model came out, but it was probably a long time ago, and it probably cost around $10. So let's see here. Take a look at this photo. This 84 Starion was developed by Rally Art in the UK, supposedly making 350 horsepower. It had carbon fiber and Kevlar bodywork, and it weighed around 1,000 kilograms, so it must have been pretty quick. It was unfortunately canceled because the FIA eliminated Group B rally racing, and Mitsubishi saw no reason to pursue this any further. So this thing didn't really race very often. It actually ran in the prototype class in the 1984 RAC rally. And so I guess this was a prototype back then. So it just never carried on after that race, to my understanding. Okay. But Mitsubishi, they took the knowledge learned from this program and then applied it to the Galant VR4, and that did win some rallies later on in the future, and then that knowledge transferred over to the Mitsubishi Lancers, which was a really successful rally car for many generations. Alright, well, let's see here. Let's take a look at this thing. It looks like well, I'm noticing some paint rash there, sadly. I'm wondering if the graphics are decals or not. From my experience, it's like 50-50. Right now I feel like this is a tampo print because I don't see any clear plastic running around it. But this is clear. Something's going on here. No, I think that is a tampo. Okay. Then here, yeah, I think they're actually tampo prints, so that should be pretty durable for the foreseeable future. It's nice to see there's black paint in these vents. It's got the wiper blades molded in, and then black paint on these little ridges. Tampo printing on the windshield there. This model didn't come with an antenna, so I just made my own and I glued it in. Okay, there's some, I guess those would be hinges for this rear glass. It's interesting, the whole back end is just covered with a panel. Alright, well, going to the side. Again, I feel like the graphics are tampo prints. I don't think they're decals, so that's nice. The wheels are pretty weak. There's detail there, tiny little lug nut details. It's just that, excuse me, without black paint, those spokes just look really weird to me. It really needs a paint wash. Okay. The tires are quite tall, and they do have a lot of curvature to them. They're almost like truck tires, right? They're really big and balloony. So I'm not sure if that's accurate. Well, I guess it might be accurate to like gravel racing. I have a photo up. I'll show you in a set later on. All right. So it seems like the tampo print didn't get all the way into the door cut, but oh well, it's okay. Silver here for the lock. The door handle sticks out. It's painted black. It's interesting. They actually tampo printed a little bit of this window piece in the same red and the same silver as a stripe. So that's trying to carry the graphic across. So that's a really nice touch. They could have easily skipped it and no one would even have noticed. Alright. What's missing is a graphic for the sliding windows. I can clearly see them on the photographs, but they're not on this model. But I've seen them print them on other models, so I guess they were just lazy. The blobby mirror, there's no silver paint, I don't think. Or am I wrong? No, I am wrong. There is silver paint there. So I don't recall Sam's doing that before. It is possible, this is a used model and maybe the previous owner added paint there. Okay. So there's a little extra rubber on this wheel. I might have to flip the tire around to see if it looks better. Seems to be some separate plastic mud guards here. They're a little loose. Okay. Front end, we got some transparent headlights, so that's pretty nice. It says texture here with the red paint for the Mitsubishi Diamond. I think these are just screens on the real car. They're just flat though here. And then we got markers painted orange and silver. Some black here in this area. It should be a mesh pattern there. Same with here. So it's just smooth. And then it's weird, there's no license plate number here. I would have guessed, I mean, I see it on other CM's models, the real license plate number, but they skipped out on it here. Okay. This side, I'm now noticing there's like a protruding vent here, a scoop to feed air into the cabin, I guess. Alright. Oh, and also, there seems to be some protruding hood pin latches, but there's no silver paint on them, I don't think. Or it's very faint if there is. Maybe it is there. It's just hard to tell. What's going on with that? Sorry. That's gross. Okay. So, clear taillights. Pretty good separation of the red and the, I guess it's yellow. It's not really orange. Okay, and then here, it does have a real license plate. So that's kind of weird, it's not on the front. But I do see it on a different photograph. Okay, some rib details here. So this wing is totally different from that rear photograph I showed, because it seems like there's actually two radiators in this wing area. Alright. I would guess it's accurate to a certain event, but not sure. Alright, well, going to the bottom, there's never any detail on the bottom, like text-wise. There's no text at all. Molded details are okay. It's press fit together. Tire treads look really cool. I like these tire treads. They're like chevrons and rectangles. Alright, and there's a lot of friction. Doesn't really want to roll. So let's see about this interior, because sometimes they have harnesses and stuff like that. But not on this one. But look at that spare tire. Although the spare wheel doesn't actually share the same shape as the ones on the outside of the car. So that's interesting. And also those seats look exceptionally narrow. Right? Look at the seat cushion. They're so narrow that just doesn't seem realistic at all. The seats are too narrow. No, that's not going to work. And then where's the steering wheel? There is no steering wheel. Right? Am I crazy? Let's take a look from this side. A lot of details there in the dashboard molded in, but yeah, there's no steering wheel. It's just missing. It's not rattling around in there. It's just a quality control problem, I guess. So that's a weird one. That's a new one for me from this brand. The roll cage, it's okay. It's not super thick plastic. It is a bit low though, but it's because the clear plastic is above it. It doesn't look so bad from the front. Yeah. Okay, I was just checking if there's a rear view mirror, but there is not. Okay, so it's not the best model made by CMs, but it's definitely an interesting one. I've never knew about this car. I knew about the Mitsubishi Starion, but not one that looks like this. And I'll explain. They shortened the front end of this off the regular car because it helped reduce the amount of mass hanging off the front axle. You can see how far it is already in front of the front axle. And also by doing this mod to the front, I guess it allowed a bigger radiator to fit inside of this thing. So that's the reasoning that I read about as to why it looks this way and not like with the pop-up headlights. Alright, well, let me get one of the spin things out and we'll take a look at a couple other rally cars from this era, all from CMs. So here's that image, another image. Now it does have a license plate on the front of it. So, but I guess, this is the number 200 car and we're looking at the number 201. So maybe the number 201 never had a plate on the front, and that's the only thing I can really guess. And also, it may have had these radiators here, whereas this photograph is the number 3 car. So, different cars, different mods. That's what I'm assuming. I'm going to give CMs the benefit of the doubt, because, I know nothing about these cars. Alright, so, something it could have competed against is this Citroen. It's a BX4. And it's a funky looking vehicle in its own right. Very, very ugly looking, but I like it. This next one is a Nissan 240 RS, also from 1984. Let me get to the top view here. None of these cars were actually, I don't think, won. So, I think in this era, it would have been a Peugeot. I don't have a 1984 Peugeot, but here's a 1985. It's a Peugeot 205, and that's the car that won the championship in 1985. It's significantly smaller. It's a hot hatch. It's not a coupe or a sedan or anything like that, so I think the nimbleness of that Peugeot is what allowed it to win. Alright, we can leave that on there. So, going back, oh, it seems like the antenna I put in there fell out. I'll have to put in a new one after. Alright, well, I'm going to continue to get these CM's models because I'm learning quite a bit. You know, there's just a lot of castings that CM's did that I never even knew existed in real life, so I think it's really cool that hopefully one day I might have every one of their castings, and then I'll have a big video of that to come, but it might be a while. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you around. Bye.